Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a tutor at Sky Academy, and we're in the topic of measurement within the Year 11 standard course, and we are looking at perimeter, area, and volume, which comes under MSM1. So in this video, we're going to have a look at the volume of pyramids and cones. So a pyramid fits inside of a prism, and it occupies 1/3 of the volume of a prism. So the formula for a pyramid is therefore going to be 1/3 AH, because we know the volume for a prism is volume equals AH. And so if a pyramid fits inside of a prism and occupies 1/3 of the space, then the formula for a pyramid is going to be 1/3 AH. So we know that the AH changes depending on what shape we are finding. So for a square pyramid, it's going to be 1/3 AH, which comes to 1/3 side squared. So the area of the base, which is S times S, or S squared, times by height. So that's going to be our volume for a square pyramid. And then the volume for a rectangular pyramid is still 1/3 A times H, or area times height, but we're changing it to fit into a rectangular prism. So instead of having side squared, or S squared, for a square pyramid, we're going to have length times the breadth, which is the area for a rectangle, and then times it by the height. So that's our pyramid formulas, 1/3 AH. And when we have a look at a triangular pyramid, it's again 1/3 AH, except this time we're doing the area of a triangle. An area of a triangle is half base times height. So it'll be 1/3 times the area of the triangle, which is half base times height, times by the height of the pyramid. Now finally, a cone fits into a prism, or a cylinder I should say, 1/3 of a time. So if we have a cylinder, a cone is going to fit or occupy 1/3 of the volume. And so therefore the volume for a cone is going to be the volume times 1/3 times by pi r squared, which is our circle, or our base of a circle, the area of a circle, times by our height. So volume for pyramids and cones all include 1/3 AH, except our area and our height changes depending on what shape we're doing. So if we are doing a cone, then our area is going to be a circle, so we use pi r squared. If we do a triangular pyramid, our area is going to be of a triangle, and so we do half base times height. So just remember, pyramids and cones are always 1/3 times by the area times by the height, but the area will change depending on what shape it is. So let's have a go at doing some examples. So here we have to find the volume of a square pyramid of height 6 meters and of base 5 meters. Give your answer correct to the nearest cubic meter. So our volume formula for a square pyramid is volume 1/3 AH, but remember the area is going to change depending on what type of pyramid we're doing. Because we're doing a square pyramid, then our area is going to be the area of a square, which is going to be side times side, or S times S, which is just going to be S squared times by our height. So now we can sub in information from the diagram or from the question into our formula. So if we have a look at the diagram, our side is 5. And so we can sub that into the S position. So it'll be 5 squared. And we can see that here in the question where the base of the square pyramid is 5 meters. Now we're going to times it by the height, and if we have a look on the diagram, our height is 6 meters, so we're going to sub that into the H position, and if we have a look at our question, then our height is 6 meters. So you can get the same information from the diagram as you can in the question for this example. So therefore, when you put that into the calculator, our volume is going to come out to 50 meters cubed. And remember, you have to cube it because we're in volume. If we're doing area, area is squared and volume is cubed. So hopefully you've remembered that you have to include the correct units in each of your answers. So let's have a go at doing another question where we find the formula and sub in for the formula. So it says find the volume of this cone, answer correct to 3 significant figures. So we know the volume equals 1/3 AH, and for a cone, our area is going to be the area of a circle, of our base here. So we have to put in volume 1/3 times by the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, and then times it by our height. So now let's sub in the information. So our volume is going to be 1/3 times by pi, times by our radius, which here we can see in the diagram to be 5 meters, because that's half our diameter squared, times by the h, which we can see to be 12. So when you put that into your calculator, 1/3 times by pi times by 5 squared times by 12, it will give you 314.159, etc. And because we've been asked for it to be to 3 significant figures, we are only going to include the first 3 numbers. So 314 meters cubed. So that's how you do volume of pyramids and cones. Once again, it's just finding the correct formula and then subbing the information into that formula to find the answer. And our volume for pyramids and cones is 1/3 AH. And just remember to sub in the area for the specific pyramid or cone that you are using.